Dust in my food.
That was a close one.
That ghost called you a Tebaru Sanakis. That must be what the Akita called their godlands.
Behind safe!
Gather round.
I'll have to do a more thorough reading later, but it looks like notes from the architect. It seems Nakugudel was divinely inspired, so it's Sabado's fault. Nice of them to give us a little break, isn't it?
Gathering their strength. We should do the same. Lead the way. More of them. From the wall.
I'll fix this. Freedom. Defenses up! Come on! Come all!
Yahtzee, well done.
the last one. So much for the first trial. On to the second.
You have the gardener's markings, but you are not one of us. You did not fall with us. Why have you come here? Tell me your mind. Tell me what rides in it. You wish to find our gardener? I know that story, and where it ends. The Magfolk sought the gardener too, and our gardener did not want to be found. Our gardener knew what the Magfolk would do, and they broke the world to keep themselves safe. The waters boiled. The land opened, the rivers rose, and we drowned.
We broke the pain. We died with them. How could... did we do this? Your wings pinned open. Where could we go? We cannot leave. We cannot. We writhe. Why must we feel this again?
There were so few of us left when the Magfolk were at our doors. How could you know of this? Yes, their ways are strange and volatile, and you will need to show wisdom to navigate them. Their ways are not the ways of people. You want a path to the garden? Pass this trial of the mind. Show me how clever you are. We will know the breadth of your wisdom before we let you learn what our gardener truly is.
Whatever gets us answers must be worth it, right?
Trial of the mind. I wonder if there's a clever trick to it.
Don't overthink it. Just go through. Don't overthink it. Just go through.
Barriers!
Don't overthink it. Just go through.
Oh, just find the right... And then we'll be through in a flash.
Faster, I say! Gather round! this.
These ghosts aren't very helpful, are they? Flame traps are the worst. I've lost so many access to them. Oh, that's hot.
Goes a long way.
Charge it up. Well, this just seems unfair. Let's slow down a bit. That should make things easier.
You won't get through this! Gather round!
The Echidans are being less welcoming than I thought.
What did you expect? They're dead.
They must be trying to protect their gardener. Still, this feels hostile.
Don't worry. We're getting answers, with or without their help.
Looks like a list of building materials. Probably for Nakukubel itself. Third time's the charm. Another door is revealed.
But you are an outlander. Somehow you've proven to have strength and wit. We now see what you represent. We know the truth of you. We cannot risk you causing another calamity. You know of this. Nimana's brethren were mistaken. But we would know what's best for our gardener. We understand what they are. No more words. You have not earned the right. Finish your last trial. Perhaps, but you will have none from me. You come as a supplicant. You do not have the privilege of questions. Go.
The living should not heed the advice of the dead.
Of course these trials require a leap of faith.
bear our gardener's mark.
The gardener has grown roots into the Outlander.
What do you truly seek with our God?
The fur on the back of my neck is standing up.
Somehow you bested our trials. Like vermin, you persist.
Like vermin, you endured. You kept your head.
You live where worthier souls have fallen, but your journey ends here.
Soil hardens. Hesitation. Why do they smell fear? We are here to be found. Why? Why will they not free us?
This is where you die, Outlander. We cannot risk you provoking the Gardener and causing another calamity.
So be it. Prepare yourself.
They're coming! Coming from the left!
Check your right!
Behind me! I'll fix this.
That was great.
Behind save! Anyone else want to try a second time?
Oh, and it looks like we got a prize on the table over there. Take a look, Stampy. I've never seen an Akedan device like this. These mechanisms, they mark the locations of important sites. It's a map.
Ever closer. We must speak of this.
A map? I can't believe it survived all these years. Just waiting for the right hands to pick it up again.
Good. Serves her right.
So close. We reach. Find us in the Adra.
Your gods said hello, didn't they? Go on then, deal with them. I need time to translate. Envoy, your god wants a chat.
Come, we yearn for answers. You are here. You heard us in the roots. You seek the garden. You know the way. But the Tabaru Sinakis, they turn from you. How can this be? Surely they would welcome you as kin, grafted from the same root. Lifetimes of love. We guarded their dead. We were theirs and they were ours, and we told them to protect the wild and the green. In return, we promised to protect them, and we were true. Always, we protected them. As the tree shelters the sapling, yes, just so. And now, you journey to the garden. Let us offer you another gift, a seedling of power. We will show you our favor. Wait, an intruder. The piercing light. She draws near. The wire. A razor in our throat. Stop her! We writhe. We bleed. She brings the purging fire at her back. She comes to trap us. Out! Out! Send her out! Set us free!
Wake up! Wake up! What happened? Are you all right? What did you do?
While you were unconscious, the Adra pillar was not. A great deal of energy passed through it, to parts unknown.
You can't hear all the dream thralls trying to get in now. What happened with Sapidal? Once we get past all these dream thralls, I'll be excited to see what scares a god. They're flooding the area, so I think it's a great time to leave. Now! The map points us to Galawain's tusks. We'll find the way to the garden there. We just have to find a godless tower on the southern coast, and boom! There's our entrance into the garden.
We should talk to Marius. He knows the tusks better than anyone. Until then, we must ready ourselves for a fight.
Well, if you insist.
We should go. The dreams go to the palace.
Couldn't have done better. I'll fix it.
In the eyes! Hurry in the brush!
serves us.
Protect the outpost.
That was a close one.
Gather round.
After you.
Let's finish this.
Away with you!
Speed up.
It's easy when you do it.
Yatsky, look out! Bad on board. We've got company.
Sorry.
Quick as a fox. Bravo! Come on! Come all! Protect the envoy!
Leave before you worsen the situation. Ruins should burn it out before it spreads. You're a child playing at being a hero. You understand none of the forces at work here.
The Circle of Archmagi has overstepped their authority. Again.
I don't know how to explain this any better. This is not a problem to solve with cannons or steel.
No wonder your guard got so angry. I feel the same way when Ludwig's near.
Envoy, I hope you found what you were looking for. Because those ruins are about to be a distant memory.
Couldn't have done it better.
That'll show him.
You are out of your depth here, Inquisitor. Leave. Before you... Before you worsen the situation.
Envoy. Like you, I've come in service to my country. And my god. This is a spring from which the Dream Scourge flows, injecting poison into the veins of the island.
No, a cleansing fire. Poison or cure?
The same poison that spread to Fior Messiverno, and even now rots the city from within.
The only poison I see here is you, and I would love nothing more than to purge you from the living lands.
Charming. Stand by my side, and we can strike a blow at the Dream Scourge. And at Sapadal. We'll see about that. I've been watching you, Envoy. You, who survived when so many godlike fell. I even asked the gods what made you so remarkable. And the Burned Queen opened my eyes to what you are. We knew the chaos of the living lands had an origin. How could I have known that you were its offspring? Different wars on the same battlefield. There are 2 plagues in the living lands. Help me destroy one, and the other will follow.
Ashes! Nothing of the Akita will remain.
We may not burn out the Dream Scourge here, but we can burn out its symptoms and take the fight to your patron.
Spirits cry out, bury the fire, but still they rage.
Hubris. She assumes a great deal about a force she barely understands.
Always thinking with your sword. You zealots never change. I happen to like these ruins. They've been very informative. Without them, I'd never have learned there was a new god in the living lands.
Another reason why they should be destroyed. Sapadal is dangerous, but an archmage is more unpredictable by far. No. She thinks she can frighten us away and have the ruins to herself.
Oh, but you should be afraid. Archmages and gods can be worse than death. Either way, you won't be doing anything to the ruins, Inquisitor. I won't permit it. Stomp your feet as much as you like. Your opinion doesn't matter to me.
You forget your place, Archmage. No matter. I am happy to remind you.
And I will end you, Inquisitor. I will seal your unlife in ice for an eternity. Do not for a moment think that you possess any power here. You, and more importantly, your people, will regret all of it. Yes, a few seconds won't kill anyone important.
I have an alternate solution to the problem at hand.
This should be amusing.
I am not talking to you, am I? Don't interrupt me.
Don't make me separate your skin from your muscle. I can sever the connection between the Adra in the ruins and the rest of the living lands. It will isolate the dream-scourged essence and halt the creation of new dream thralls in Shatterscarp. But those that exist will remain. My solution will end the plague in this region, I believe, and keep Ludwine from having to do terrible things to those nice ruins. There's one thing I'd like to add. Severing the Adra will require the use of a truly immense amount of essence, which, well, will result in a few deaths.
A few deaths? What about Quilici? And the other Fiorians? And Quilici?
Gods, you're right.
Gentle sleep. One moment day, the next a poppy's dream to carry them to the Garden of Night. They would feel no pain.
I'm so very glad you recall.
in layman's terms. She's going to rip the essence out of a bunch of people in Shatterscarp. For what it's worth, her theory is sound. She could stop the Dream Scourge. In Shatterscarp, at least.
A few dozen people may die. Possibly 100 or so in the more dire scenarios. There is no control over who will perish in the process. But it will stop the Dream Scourge from spreading in Shatterscarp. No new Dream Thralls will be created.
Greengrim is one of the smartest people alive. If she says this is the way, it's hard to argue, no matter how much we might want to.
It's not an ideal solution. But it is easier to save a life when you've amputated the necrotic limb, so to speak.
At least I'm not the only rational voice in this debate. She would sacrifice the very people we're trying to save, and for what? Not even to destroy the Dream Scourge. Merely to slow it down.
Destroying the ruins and killing the Dream Thralls within is also a short-term measure. Ludwig's solution will eventually result in the same number of casualties, possibly even more. If such an alternative existed, I'd have suggested it already. So long as the Dream Scourge exists, more people will become infected. And the infected will take more lives, and this will continue indefinitely.
She has no idea what the consequences of her actions might be. And neither do you. Envoy, I want to show you something. I swore an oath to my goddess. A solemn vow that I would give everything in service to her. Even myself. And I did so, gladly. Sapadal wants the same devotion from you. The only difference is, you never had a choice. Imagine it, Envoy. Was there ever a godlike who stood tall against their own creator? Envoy, we have an obligation to scour Sapadal from the living lands before they destroy us. Starting with these ruins. Whatever you do, make sure the decision is yours, not theirs. Sapadal will poison your judgment if you let them. You owe Sapadal nothing, and yet they demand everything. That is not devotion. It's cruel.
What an amateur. She accuses Sapadal of what she intends to inflict on you. Don't fall for it.
Yes, quite difficult to decide whether to believe your new god or the angry skeleton actively threatening us.
Godlike. I leave the choice to you. Both options will bring harm. The question is, which will bring more good? Perhaps not. But one of these solutions will bring an end to the matter in Shatterscarp. Remember the village and the statue it couldn't repair. Remember the lesson I tried to teach you. None of our lives matters. Not when they might cost us the future. Now choose, Envoy. Destroy the ruins and the Dream Thralls, but allow the plague to keep spreading. Or sever the Adra and end the plague in Shatterscarp, with an unknowable number of casualties.
She toys with you with innocent lives, while I offer only the truth.
Good people die either way. But severing the Adra shortens their suffering, I hope.
Breaking the Adra is a bold choice, but it's such a terrible cost. If only we had time to do it with some finesse. But Quilici... God, if there's even a chance he could... No, I can't think of that right now. Then again, it's not as if I trust Ludwig. The dead have no right to choose for the living. I'm at a loss. Whatever you do, make sure you believe in it, because there's no going back.
Oh, what a relief. You really scared me there, Envoy.
I don't like our options, but maybe we can learn something from this one. Let's just hope Quilici is all right.
So be it. Sapadal's hold over you is stronger than I suspected.
Rune, strengthen the living leaves. We twine.
Attune your soul to Sapadal to assist my focus on the Adra. You're the only one who can do that part. And Yatsley, come, help me. I think you'll enjoy this. Marins of Clapan, Aid Marslante. I am delighted to have been right about you. I was hoping you'd have the cold logic I wanted to see. We've dealt with the Dream Scourge, but you'll still have some cleaning up to do. Now that I know this was all because of a new god flailing in their cage, the Living Lands is no longer of interest to me. Another god. There are so many. If a new one is more aberrant than another, does it really matter? But that is for you to wrestle with. I'm done here. However, I have one final question for your young wizard.
For... me?
You have shown a great deal of talent, Yatsley. Few can harness so much essence with ease. I could use your assistance. And the companionship. It's really dreary being alone. Should you wish to return with me, I would happily take you on as my apprentice. The rest of the circle do not often visit, which is good because they're tiresome. You, however, are a power worth shaping, and rather delightful to boot.
Well, obviously, I'm... Wait. Really? You want me to... Wow. That would be... amazing! But, I have to think about it. At the very least, the Envoy would be lost without me. And so would my lover. Though the idea of finally devoting more time to magic is... tempting.
They clearly need someone with a brain with them. Besides, I have centuries. Whatever you decide, it will be some months before I depart. You know where to find me. Be clever, godlike. Don't think too much with your heart.
Why are we deferring to that maniac Ringgrim? Ugh.
My research awaits.
This magic makes my skin twitch.
What is done is done. Do not waste your breath justifying it to me. Countless innocent lives cut short, even my own soldiers. And for what? Make no mistake, there will be a reckoning for the chaos you unleashed here. At least now I have a better idea of who is pulling your strings. It frightens me how well they've convinced you. Envoy, need I remind you why the Emperor sent you? To burn out a threat at any cost. To impose order where chaos reigns. If you and Heelguard are too spineless to remember your allegiance, I'll have to finish the job myself. All I wanted to do was protect Shatterscarp. Give it the chance that Fior Messiverno did not have. Unusual, isn't it? How you spared one settlement and condemned another. Not fast enough to outpace what is coming for them.
You underestimated us from the beginning. It was a mistake then, and it is a mistake now.
A word of warning, Envoy. You and I are running out of opportunities to save the living lands from itself. I allowed you to dictate the terms of this meeting. I won't make that mistake twice. Your impudence has been noted. One more thing, Envoy. I know what happened to Captain Alfear. You fought valiantly, and she fell in disgrace. But now you have a debt to the Steel Garrote. And one day, I will collect it.
What a vile, intolerant creature.
It wasn't supposed to... Tell your god I'm coming for them.
We need to talk. You let a mad archmage unleash death with a spell. I need to know why. Is that our answer now? Do we extract that price from every settlement in the Living Lands?
What is the alternative? That we allow the Dream Scourge to spread unchecked?
I don't know. Maybe.
Fuitu Mayu. That choice shouldn't be in anyone's hands.
Then why did we leave it to that archmage?
Ringgrim knows more about the Dream Scourge than we do, and we know more than most others do. She found a great solution, but it came with a great cost. What more could we expect?
Do you hear yourself? You both saw what kind of person she is. The twisted little world she built for herself. If ending the Dream Scourge means handing our fate to someone like her, then perhaps it's not worth the cost.
Kai, let's be honest. None of us are walking away from this with a clean conscience. But unless someone makes the tough decisions, the Dream Scourge will kill us all. Or worse. That means living with our nightmares. Embracing them if we must.
Right. Getting killed by monsters is one thing, but turning into one...
We stand here bickering while the solution is just over the horizon. Nothing matters but the garden. Shatterscarp, even Emerald Stair. They're distractions by comparison.
So, we found a map to the garden. Now we see how accurate those ancient godless cartographers could possibly be. Not sure how helpful that map will be, really. There's probably a reason no one's been to the garden in centuries. That'll be cold comfort when everyone thinks I'm crazy for saying I've been there. I figure either it's a complete dud and there's nothing really there, or we all lose our minds the second we show up. Either way, was it worth it? Who knows? I get it, those visions, or whatever you're having, must be really disturbing. But how do you know they won't just get worse? I guess that's not my problem, really. My job is to keep you alive, whether you've got a god in your head or not. Just don't do anything stupid, all right? Anyway. Thanks for talking. Listen, that back there, in the ruins, that was a lot. I know you passed 3 trials, but I'm not sure what that means exactly. I don't know. Maybe you're the chosen one now. Some kind of prophecy? You don't look that different to me. It's not that I didn't enjoy tromping around in the ancient death trap, getting bossed around by spirits and all that. But I really do hope this was the last time. That kind of humidity does terrible things to my beard. Anyway. Not before I've done some reading. Never thought it.
Something about being back has me feeling restless. Shake the sand out of your pep.
Envoy, we need to discuss what you did in the ruins. I just hope we made the right decision. Those ruins are priceless, and I truly look forward to exploring them again in the future, but I don't know that I'll ever truly accept what we did. What I did. Usually I know the right answer. It's obvious. Here, though. I know. We've seen enough pain caused by the Dream Scourge. Things have been unreal. We spoke to actual ancient Akedans in the ruins. I was able to ask questions and get answers. And it's all thanks to you and your weird god, Sapadal, was it? Oh, big fan. But to go through the trials ourselves? Oh, could we be any luckier? Fascinating. I can't imagine what it was like to grow up a godlike with no god. I'm glad you got answers, sweetheart. Well, I have to start writing this all down before I forget. But do return if you think of any other juicy details. Always a pleasure, Envoy.
Can we talk a moment? I wanted to pick your brain about Shatterscarp. How much do you really know about Adra? Among other things, Adra is a physical manifestation of a metaphysical phenomenon. A mineral that takes our souls from death to rebirth. We severed the Adra and Naku Kubel to slow down the Dream Scourge. But at what cost? That would be putting it lightly. The souls of the dead who go looking for a passage to the beyond will have nowhere to go. They'll be lost in darkness. Some will find their way to an Adra pillar, far from Shatterscarp. But others could wander this land for centuries. A watcher, maybe. It's a shame we haven't got one. Try as we might to help others, we won't always succeed. Even the dead can suffer the consequences of our actions. I just wish the world and its problems would leave us alone. Even for a moment. Give us time to focus on our mission. Ourselves. No, I haven't. And yes, I should know better. A good night's rest would fix my head, but can't fix the world we live in. Maybe it's fine if they're both broken. While I have your ear, can I ask you one more question? Something about Inquisitor Ludwine has been getting to me. She seemed eager to distinguish your Adiran loyalty from your nature as a godlike, as though the two are incompatible. She believes you can be loyal to your country or to your nature, but not both. Do you find that unusual? Truthfully, I don't know. I've got this idea, but it's stuck and won't come loose. It's just... When you rejected Ludwine's offer, she wasn't surprised. As though she saw it coming. Ludwine clearly respects you, but I don't believe she trusts you. Anyway, that just had me thinking. Could be nothing, or could be something. Time will tell. Get some rest. You deserve a nap. For that matter, so do I. What do you... The better question is, can I still be an Animancer? Could I even make a difference? As long as Fior Messiverno is safe, the living lands will have Animancers, whether or not I am one of them. And then there's the Dream Scourge, unraveling civilization as we know it. I don't know where that leaves me. The work my parents started may have no end in sight. We don't even know if the living lands can be tamed politically, much less spiritually. I'm sure that Inquisitor Ludwine would agree. All I know for certain is that I've been going about this the wrong way. I should be an Animancer for the right reason. With the Dream Scourge, I haven't got one. At least someone thinks so. Thank you for believing in me, whether or not I believe in myself. If I must. Kai, have you ever met a marine godlike? One of Andra's children?
Ingadi's children. As they're called in Deadfall. heard stories, but never met one. They're rare everywhere.
How could they? Beloved that you are, and still they bared their fangs. We blessed the Tabaru Sinakis, and they prick us in return. Roots like a wall. We only meant to protect. We thrashed against the blinding light to keep the Akita safe. We never wanted this. So many seedlings lost. We grieved, but we saved many. The moon waxes from darkness. A new turn, new memories. Yet still the branches swipe. We mourn, we could not be to blame. They should have shared our love. Their spite, this we could not foresee. But you are here, a green shoot after the fire. You would not raise your hand against us. The blossom of trust, a hand as soft as the breeze. Sleep now. Dream of golden poppies on the road ahead.
How do you feel about poetry?
Poetry? Why the hell are you asking me about poetry?
Do you like it? Oh, come on, you can tell me. Say if you
It's
want
better
poetry.
out here.
Who needs fabric? We still have stock. Oh!
Oh, you're... Okay.
It's strange to see... Welcome.
I can't stand how quiet it's got.
Thank...
Strange to see so few folks around now. I'll have to raise prices to account for the loss.
3 dozen dead, of no apparent causes. They just fell over. Like their hearts were stopped in their chest. What did you do, Envoy? I know you're involved somehow. Bullshit. There was always another option. Something better than this massacre. Dozens are dead, Envoy. Their loved ones scream for them. What was all this for? The costs were too great, Envoy. And you paid them with third-born blood. I hope your fucking decisions haunt you forever. You've cost so many families their loved ones. You have my permission to go anywhere else. Get out of my sight, Envoy.
Gods, what a job. How many more are we going to find dead?
God, the whole town smells of fish.
Hey, Uncle Capo? You've been staring off into space for a while now. How about a game of Hazatoa?
Huh? Huh. Don't see why not. It's a good way to pass the time.
Really? I'll go set up the board then. I told you meeting another hero would help. Deny it all you want, but you've been in a better mood since that godlight came around.
Ah, nosy child. I'm the same I've always been.
If you say so, Uncle.
What an awful tragedy. So many. Gone in an instant.
Darling! Oh, I knew you'd be fine, of course, but it's... Oh, it's so good to see you.
Ah, I am as hale and whole as you left me, my dear. Though notably less hearty.
Thank goodness you're all right. That spell could have killed you.
Ah, never fear, Giata. The gods aren't finished with me yet.
Not since the attack on Fjord have I seen people in such a frenzy. Our misfortune followed us here. The help of an archmage is never given freely. Always there are consequences. My people will assist Thirdborn through this crisis. It's the least we can do for the city that protected us. Wherever you go next, may the gods look after you.
Keep yourself safe, my love. I'll come home to you soon.
Not soon enough.
Look after yourself, old man. You got lucky today, but everyone's luck runs out eventually.
Thank you for the humbling reminder, Giata. For your sake, and that of Yatzli, I will endure.
I swear, that man has more lives than a cat.
I feel like I can breathe again.
Glad wine.
Makes Paradise look kinda nice, doesn't it?
Watch your back out here, traveler.
Ludwine may have a skull for a face, but her fury was clear enough. If her path crosses ours again, it'll be ugly.
Frankly, I'll take any opportunity we get to ruin Ludwine's day.
I'll say this much for the Inquisitor. She's stubborn, like a rat. We've thwarted her twice now, but she keeps burrowing deeper into the living lands.
I'd say we shouldn't stay on her bad side, but I'm not sure she has any other sides.
You know her better than any of us. What's your read? My vote's on a pack of small, enthusiastic dogs. Wait, Was that an if?
Well, the joke's on her in any case. Ludwig won't get very far without that map. She'll be scratching her skull.
Somehow, I don't think she'll let that stop her for long.
And Ludwig definitely strikes me as someone who doesn't leave food on her plate.
I believe it. And we'll cross that bridge with you when we get to it.
Ludwig and her steel garrote have the numbers and the power, but we have spunk and a map. And that might just be enough to find the garden before she does.
We're all competing for the same thing. A place we barely understand, with no guarantees of what we'll find there. Still, I am determined to reach the garden, above all else.
Ugh, that's just a pile of Sokka. Generally, debatable, but about the garden, definitely. You won't find a Bleste thing. This wild beetle chase of yours is a Padraku waste of time. To get to the garden, you have to go through Galawain's tusks. The land is made of lava and acid. It wants to eat you alive.
So it's tough odds. We've gotten this far together.
Tough odds is an extra Zarb jumping in at the last minute. This is a long trek, on foot, through a land that can barely support life. I don't have to be a Bleste oracle to know this won't go how you think it will. And all your clues come from one source. You've been following a voice in your head. What do you know about Soppadal? How do you know you can trust them?
I hate to be the voice of reason, but we are talking about a god. There are limits to what we can even comprehend.
I have a powerful connection to my Bleste flute, but I'm not about to take orders from it.
What's on your mind, Marius? What bothers you so?
Because I can scream until I'm blue in the face, and you people would still rather trust the Envoy's pet headache demon. And now you want to drag us through the deadliest region in the world because a sleeping god said so. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm done here. Do whatever Bleste planning you want to do. You don't need me for that.
Let's just take a breath, Marius. You don't mean that.
Nope. I said what I said. Come get me when it's time to go.
Poor Marius. Something's really rattled him.
I've never seen Marius like this. Something's going on with him, but I don't know what. I hope so. One of us should talk to him. If something's eating at him, I don't like leaving him to his thoughts.
Well, hopefully Marius will be okay soon. We have to get going if we want to get to the garden before Ludwig.
We won't get far unless we look after each other. Now's your chance.
I know what you're gonna say. Marius, you need to slow down. Think about your feelings. Well, I don't want to think about my feelings. So just let me be alone for a bit. How should I know? I don't know what's going on in my head half the time. Just the thought of going back to Galawain's tusks makes my heart feel like it's going to explode. I sweat. My ears ring. I can't breathe. When it seems like we're really heading there, I feel like I'm dying. Right. Thanks. I understand not wanting to go back, but why can't I just thinking about it makes me feel ill. I need some time alone, Envoy. I need to get some rest. I'll be ready to go when the time comes. I have a moment. What do you need? Pleasant dreams.
We really must stop meeting like this. Don't mind if I do.
Need a break from the dream scourge? Until next time.
Being here. I'll be here if you need me.
You can imprison our bodies, but not our voices.
Does this amuse you, seeing your kin caged like beasts?
No true kin would desert Solace. All we have are our oaths to Nandru, and you broke them.
Ah, so they're not just rude to outsiders, then?
The damn oaths again. You might as well be the one in chains. Our founder, Nandru, didn't intend for his people to starve. I'd bet you my kidneys he didn't build Solace Keep so we can die of starvation in it. No, he would have wanted us to live.
Honestly, I don't care anymore. I'm getting too hungry to even think.
What's going on here is Pargrunen business. Stay out of it, Outlander.
Yeah, don't need a blessed outsider pretending they know anything. Move along.
Can't imagine why you even set foot here. These are Pargrunen lands, last I checked.
Meaning mind your tongue and your judgment while you're here, outsider. These folk have done much to deserve their cages.
You won't find much at that old ruin, but I'm glad to see you go.
Follow the main road north and then east. You'll find some dirt paths to follow after you hit the cliffs. Now mind your business. Outlander, you best turn back.
These are Warden
Break your oaths, and it all unravels. It's not just about them.
The oaths are meant to protect us, not kill us.
No one said you could.
Envoy, last time I was here, I was fully convinced I'd never be back. I left Solace under the cover of darkness, through an exit only me and a friend of mine knew about. More importantly, I left without permission, which means I more or less exiled myself. I did. Might come a time when I'm ready to talk about it. You'll see when we get there. Solace isn't the most welcoming place, even to those who live there. Anyway. What do you want to talk about? I promise you've never spent time anywhere like this. I have tips that might even be news to you. First rule in Galawain's tusks is to be grateful for every breath. The air itself is poisonous here, if you breathe enough of it. Don't overexert yourself, and keep your heartbeat slow. A wet cloth over your mouth and nose will help. Remember that this place wants to kill you at all times. Act like your every step is putting you in danger. And make sure to clear your eyes, ears, and nose every now and then. Ash builds up faster than you'd expect. You know, if you're this interested in survival in the living lands, we can take this even further. I'm impressed with what you already know. Still, never hurts to know more. So, what do you want to learn? You want to know everything? Right. You came to the right person. It's good to know things, but you need to be physically fit, so we're gonna stretch your limbs and get those joints moving. And then we're gonna give you little bites of bad berries. Maybe send you on a long run. You're gonna be as fit as an ox. Let's get started. Right, that about does it. You're a quick study. At least now I don't have to worry about you so much out there. I can spend my time watching over Kai and Yatsley. Teaching is its own reward, I guess. Oh, gods. Anyone else finding it hard to breathe? Envoy, what do you need? What do you want to talk? Mount Forja erupts every few years. Usually just small little burps of ash and a few extra lava flows. It's like it wants to remind everyone it's still here. Which is ridiculous, really. Smell that rotten egg scent on the wind? That's Forja. As much as I want to blame it on Kai. Just another reason the people of Solace tend to stay inside. There's a place in the southwest of the Tusk called the Slumbering Fields. It's full of dry brambles and plants with nasty thorns. There used to be an old Pargrunen aqueduct out there, but it hasn't been used for a long time. No one's sure why the water stopped flowing, but without it, we've been drinking subterranean runoff for ages. That's all I know, really. There's more out there than I could tell you about. I've seen more signs of bandits out here than I remember from before. I'm not even sure who they're raiding, to be honest. Let's see. There's basically no game out here. Well, there's some game, but not enough to keep you from starving. That's not true either. If you don't mind beetle paste or questionable mushroom stew, you might be able to find enough to eat. I grew up with that stuff, so I don't mind it. And I got a tolerance for the, well, effects from the mushrooms. For you, I suggest sticking with the beetles. Or just rationing out the dried fish and fruit we got from Thirdborn. Right, Chip. You too. What's that you're drinking?
Some tea from the deer room.